this is where we start talking about formatting. So these are the kinds of places where you can read an ebook today. You can read it on an iPhone or an iPad. You can read it on other tablets. You can read it on a specific e-reader like a Nook or a Sony e-reader or a Kindle.
So can I ask you something on that? Because I don't get those. If I write a book, I don't read them, right? So I don't know anything about these things. Now, you're just saying that they take any PDF and
we're going to talk about that in just a minute. And lastly, what used to be the only place you could read an ebook was on a computer. You can also read it on a laptop. Amazon has a really cool program called Kindle Cloud that lets you, anything that you purchase as an ebook, you can read right there on your laptop, so you don't have to have a reader to do it. But that's part of Kindle. That's it for books that are available on Kindle. On the last page of your handout is information about ebook formatting. The PDF is still the standard. Everything reads PDF. But Mobi is the Kindle program, and then EPUB is pretty much everybody else. So if you are doing this on your own, you'll need to make sure that you can format your book in both for Mobi and for EPUB.
Is that like something you buy? Like
no, they're formats. It's like .doc.
Oh.
Okay. It's a format for the document. If you or your book designer uses InDesign, and you are using version 5 or newer, it's much, much easier to just convert your book straight into an ebook format, but there's still pieces that they need to go in and fix and move around and change. It's not just print and go. It can be with the PDF, however, it kind of depends on the reader. We're going to talk in a minute about, okay. So the very next piece is that you're going to figure out how you're going to sell your book, and I have 3 of the most popular ones. Smashwords is one. There's a company called BookBaby. These people are actually pretty good. This is iTunes. This is CD Baby. So they did a really good job with music. They're doing a pretty good job with books. The last one is eBook Architects. It's paid per conversion because they are converting sites. So they'll convert for Mobi. They'll convert for, if you want to have it specifically converted so that you don't want to use an all-purpose format for the Sony reader, they will do a conversion for Sony. So it's a pay per conversion. So Smashwords is the least expensive, it's the easiest to use, and it's the lowest common denominator of ebook. Smashwords uses, at this point right now, the only format they accept is Word 97, not even the new version of Word, the old version of Word. And so what they do is they're creating a document that's going to work on any reader. So because of that, they have to go for the lowest common denominator. The original Kindle, black and white screen only, no color. So you can't use color text. If you've got color in your book, it's not going to show. If you're using light text, even dark green might come out too light on the black and white Kindle. So they recommend black text only when you're uploading with Smashwords. You can't use tabs. You can't use tables. Anything like that that's got special formatting isn't going to work in Smashwords. You either have to get creative and go back to the way we used to format when we were working with typewriters, which is doable. I mean, if you've seen, just plain text emails, people can get really creative with stars and ways of breaking text. You can do it. It's not impossible. You can change sizes on that, but even on Smashwords, the largest typeface it's going to take is 18-point font. So not a lot of creativity on that. Smashwords is awesome if you've got a novel that does it, like I said before. The reason I said you don't need a lot of formatting. And part of this too with these with e-readers, there's no page number. So you take out the headers. There's no headers on an ebook. And every well-done book should have some sort of a header and footer. So this one has. I usually put a line just to separate the text when I'm doing my own design, but it's got a header at the top of the page that has the title.
Even on an ebook?
No, on a physical book. The title on one side and the chapter on the other side, and it's got page numbers on the bottom. Those headers come off on an ebook. And the reason for that is the readers, they're all vary in size. So when you read on a phone, it's this big. Read on a tablet, it's this big. The text flows according to the size of the book. The text also, on my Nook, on my Kindle, I can't speak to any other programs because I just haven't bothered to study the physical readers themselves. You can change the size. I can change the formatting on it. So.
No, can I ask you a question
Yep.
about this? the Smash Books, what is that, a program that you download and then put your books
No,
through
it's a
it,
service. It's a service. You go to smashwords.com
Yes.
and you format your book and upload it through them. It becomes like a store. They sell for you.
Oh, okay.
You can buy, you can purchase your ISBN from them.
So they actually format it for you manually. It's not run
You
through
format
like,
it for you. You format yourself, or pay somebody to format it, and
and then you just
then you upload
you
it.
just take it, and they just take the what
Yeah.
you said.
Yes.
When you said that they format it.
No, they don't format. The other one does. eBook Architects formats.
Oh, okay.
Then you need to. I'm running low on time.
Yeah.
eBook Architects. I'm sorry. Pricing. The best price for any ebook right now between 99 cents and $9.99. That's where the majority of books are selling. Make sure you put a date, publication date, on your book. ISBN you will need for your book. You have the information on where to get that stuff on your handouts. Make sure you copyright it. You need to decide if you're going to protect it so that it can't be sold. There is a huge, just like with the music pirating, the only thing you can find online when you look up DRM right now is all the people who want to stop it because they want to be able to share books. And I have to say, I agree with this. This has to go back to that lack thing. I can't give a book I like to my husband to borrow on my Kindle because it's on my Kindle. And so, whereas I can have him, I can physically hand this book to him, I can't do that with ebooks. I agree with this piece of it being a little frustrating, but if you're into that whole protection thing, it's called DRM, you look it up. Implement your marketing plan, you've made it, now get it going. And then launch your book. Launch your book. This date here corresponds with that launch date we had back a while ago. You might want to come up with some bonuses to promote it, like somebody was mentioning here. Somebody's asking me, but yes. So with this book here, we've got 4 bonuses that are going out with, when people buy the book, they will get 4 other things too. They're all digital. One is a digital, like a photo album of phrases about parenting. One is a video, another one's a radio interview, so things like that. Get testimonials from people who have read it and liked it as part of your marketing. So this is after the fact. Write a great sales letter for your website. Because when you're having a website built, Sam does the design part, you do the content part, to provide your own content. Use so that in your testimonials. Read this book so that you can have great sex. So this is what you want them to do. They read this book, and the results they'll get out of it, the benefit they will get out of it. Use so that.
Do that for all on every website. You get this book today.
You do that in all of your marketing materials. Yes, yes. Make sure you have your website equipped with e-commerce. Put your book on a CD. One of the things about an ebook that is challenging for folks is they only do it as an ebook and they go speak and they don't have anything to sell at the back of the room. You can fix that by doing this with it. It's a very simple, and I'll tell you, I've been blogging about book marketing since May 2nd of last year, and the single thing that has gotten the most hits is this post. Put your book on a CD. Every day it gets 20 hits.
Wow,
So
that's interesting. 'Cause I have trouble getting that.
yes.
Now, let's say you have done the book and you have a graphic designer, you're doing the formatting, etc. How expensive is it to go from a regular book and putting it into an ebook format?
It depends on it depends on how many formats you want to hit. It depends on the designer. The fees range from a couple $100 to, I mean, on the high end, $500 or $600.